Okay, so we're here with Becky at WEF in Wellington, and we want to know all about you. So tell us who you are, where you're from, how you ended up here, everything.
I'm Becky. I'm from New Zealand. Um, 26 years old. I'm a groom, rider, manager. I've been in America for the last 5, 6 years. Um, I was in Europe before here, and then New Zealand before that.
Tell us a little bit more about how that goes when you live on the other side of the country in New Zealand, where horses are kept in a completely different way than here in Wellington. How do you, what did you do in New Zealand? How did you end up in Europe? What was your dream, and what are you doing now?
So originally, I went to Europe from New Zealand to ride, become. I had big dreams. Financially, that wasn't really the right path for me. So I ended up getting as much experience as I could. And then I came over to Florida from Europe, um, and
Who did
loved
you
it
work
here.
for?
I worked for Lauren Hough for 2 years. Now I work for Victoria Colvin. Um, Working for Lauren, I did 6 months here, 6 months in England, which was like an amazing experience. I got to live in England where my grandparents are from. I got to travel to Holland, France for horse shows. And then we came back here for the circuit, and then COVID happened, and I moved jobs originally to go home, then stayed here. America just keeps me here, and I love it here. It's so nice.
And what do you love so much about your job and the horses?
I love managing the horses. I love being here with the horses from when we feed in the morning to when we feed at night, night check. Um, so I ride them, I groom them, I do everything with them, and it's like so nice to be able to take care of such nice horses every single day.
And you guys have hunters and jumpers, right?
Yes, we have mostly hunters. We have 4 or 5 jumpers right now. They're all young. One of them is my favorite, Gemino Stallion. He's got some big things in store for him. He's relaxing this WEF, and then hopefully the summer and next WEF he's going to be doing some big classes.
Hey, and is there a difference in taking care of the hunters and taking care of the jumpers?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Um, the hunters is a lot of work. Um, the flatting them on a day-to-day basis is much easier, but to get them to the show ring is a lot more work, a lot more preparation. You have to know like everything about them, if they're ready, if they're not. Jumpers, you can just make them look pretty, take them to the ring, have a good time up at the ring, bring them back, and like take care of them. I love the jumpers.
Yeah. Hey, and let's go back to New Zealand, because what's the big difference between horse riding and grooming and growing up in New Zealand and being or working in the horse industry in the US?
So there's a huge difference. It's complete opposite. Um, New Zealand, they live outside 24/7. They
Wow.
normally, like what I would do with my horses, I would bring them in during the day to get out of the heat, and they would go out at night. But typically, when the weather's good, they stay out 24 hours a day, and the care for them is a lot different. They're very happy, but you don't typically bathe them as much or groom them as much as you do here, but they still look great. They're the happiest horses in the world, and they look amazing because they live on hills and they go up and down hills. We don't ride in the ring ever.
Wow.
We would go down the road. We would ride them up and down the hills, and it's just a completely different environment.
Yeah, it sounds really healthy.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, something else. What's the worst part about your job?
The long hours. I mean, that's part of it, but sometimes, especially during WEF, it's 12 to 15 weeks of non-stop horse shows from Tuesday to Sunday night, and only having Mondays to recover it gets a lot by week 7, week 8, and then it's fine because then it's just the downward.
Yeah. And what's the best part?
Making them look pretty, riding them, the success at the ring. Tori is an amazing rider, so we always know that they're going to go in the ring and get the best ride they can.
Yeah.
As long as we prepare them right and get them to the ring looking good, they're normally always going to perform for her.
Yeah. Hey, and what's your secret in making them look so pretty?
Tori's sponsored by Shapley's, and we love their products. The High Shine is probably my favorite for like the finishing, like shine. They can always look shiny going up to the ring, but then you spray a little bit and they look amazing. But you just got to wash it off after because it's oil, so they get really dirty after.
Oh, yeah, okay. And what's your favorite? Is that also your favorite grooming product, or what would you choose?
We love a curry mitt here at Victoria Colvin LLC. That's like the first thing we tell new people is you can never curry the horses too much.
So some elbow grease.
Yeah, we got really strong arms. We don't love to clip them here. Hunters, it's all about a good coat, and that's probably the biggest thing I've learned for the jumpers is the currying is so good for them, and then once you clip them, normally their coats stay the same if you've got a good coat before you clip them.
What's your best tip for making a groom's life easier?
I would say organization and time management has to be a big one for me. Like just having the day structured. Tori does the board at the end of the day, and I look at it and I know everything that I have to do, and I allow time for any extra things that I could be doing in the day. And that just makes it less stressful when you have a plan and to manage the time. And yeah.
Okay. Which advice do you have for young grooms or young people that want to become a groom?
Don't give up because it's hard. You get in a routine. Let's say you start a job and you think it's not for you. You're always going to get your routine and you're always going to figure it out. And just don't give up if it gets hard.
And in the end, you will end up in the right place for you, probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if it's not the right place for you, just take the experience as it comes, and it'll always work out.
Yeah, nice. Hey, last question. What are you most proud of?
On a riding perspective, starting a horse from 5 years old to showing it in the 1 meters in Europe, and then taking him up to the meter 35s, and then now he's on the long list for the Olympics.
Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah.
And then grooming would be probably my favorite horse, Gemino. Just watching him from 7 years old. I groomed him all the way through. He jumped in the 4-star in Tryon with Lauren, and now he's here with me at Tori's.
Oh.
And he's just, I love watching him grow into this amazing horse.
So that's your favorite horse?
Yeah.
In the barn?
He's my favorite. He's a troublemaker, but he's my favorite.
Okay. And he's not here at the showgrounds?
No, he's not here, but Donut, who is a 7-year-old young jumper that I think is going to be amazing, he's here.
Oh, can you show it?
Yeah. Donut. Hey.
Donut is his name?
BDL Monsieur. He was bought in the auction a year ago, and he's an amazing horse.
Oh,
I think
nice.
he's going to be really good.
High expectations?
Hmm?
Do you guys have high expectations for him?
I do. I think he's going to be a Grand Prix horse. If he doesn't, he's going to be an amazing horse for a young rider under 25. But I think it's hard to tell, but he's a scopy guy.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck this season.
Thank you.